What if the ocean isn't just a vast blue expanse, but a vault? A secret keeper of civilizations we've long forgotten? Beneath the waves, beyond the reach of sunlight, lie ruins older than written history, entire cities swallowed by time and sea. And yet, despite their discovery, we are forbidden from exploring them fully. Why? What are we not supposed to find? Today, we embark on a journey into the depths to uncover the truth behind the sunken cities of Atlit Yam and Pavlopetri. Ancient sites that challenge everything we thought we knew about human civilization and remain shrouded in secrecy. Welcome to the forgotten worlds beneath the ocean. Imagine standing on a shoreline thousands of years ago, gazing at a bustling settlement where life thrived under the warmth of the sun. People casting nets into the sea, tending to hearth fires, crafting tools from bone and stone. Children laughing as they chase water, elders sharing stories under the fading light of dusk. It was a world filled with the sounds of life, familiar yet impossibly distant. Now imagine, within a single catastrophic moment, that entire world swallowed by rising waters, the waves creeping higher each day, lapping at doorsteps, until one night they come crashing inland, consuming everything in their path. Homes drowned, lives lost, memories buried beneath a shifting seabed, their stories left untold. This isn't the plot of a myth or a cautionary legend. It's the reality of the returning just off the coast of Israel, at a site known. Discovered in 1984 by marine archaeologist Ehud Galili, Atlit Yam stunned the academic world. Resting 10 meters beneath the sea's surface, stretching across more than 40,000 square meters, the city was once a thriving Neolithic settlement. It dates back nearly 9,000 years, predating the pyramids of Egypt, Stonehenge, and many of the ancient monuments we revere today. Yet despite its monumental significance, most of Atlit Yam remains unexplored. Not because we lack the technology, not because the site is unreachable, but because access is restricted. Permits are tightly controlled. Funding for deeper excavation has mysteriously dried up. And every attempt to probe further has met with bureaucratic resistance. Why? Those few diving teams allowed to survey the ruins reported structures that defy simple explanation. Massive stone circles, eerily similar to other megalithic sites around the world. Some of these stones appear aligned with celestial events, suggesting a knowledge of astronomy far beyond what we'd expect from a Neolithic fishing village. Wells, still holding fresh water after millennia beneath the sea, hint at sophisticated engineering, and scattered throughout the site, human skeletons, perfectly preserved in underwater graves, silently testify to a world lost in time. Archaeologists have long debated why Atlit Yam was suddenly abandoned. The prevailing theory points to rising sea levels caused by melting glaciers at the end of the last ice age. But other evidence hints at a more violent end, a massive tsunami triggered by a volcanic eruption, or perhaps an undersea earthquake. Still, others whisper of forces more enigmatic, forces not easily explained by natural disaster alone. And here's where things grow stranger. Despite early excitement, further expeditions were quietly curtailed. Requests for extended digs were denied. Access became more restricted. Researchers were quietly redirected to other projects. It was as if someone, somewhere, wanted the ruins to remain undisturbed, their secrets left untouched. Why? Some speculate that artifacts uncovered at Atlit Yam could challenge the mainstream narrative of human civilization. That hidden beneath those submerged stones lies evidence of an older, more advanced culture, one lost to the sea at the end of the last ice age. If true, it would force a rewriting of human history. And if so, what else lies buried beneath the deep? But Atlit Yam isn't alone. Across the Mediterranean, off the southern coast of Greece, another sunken city hides beneath the waves, Pavlopetri. Discovered in 1967, Pavlopetri is believed to date back over 5,000 years to the Bronze Age. Its layout is astonishingly well preserved. Streets, buildings, courtyards, even tombs remain visible, mapped in exquisite detail using sonar scans. Some call it the oldest known underwater city on Earth. Yet here too, restrictions apply. Large portions of the site remain off limits to divers. Excavations are tightly controlled. Findings are carefully filtered before they reach the public. Why? Official explanations cite the need to protect fragile ruins from damage or looting. And yet, beneath the surface, questions persist. Why, in an age of advanced underwater technology, are we not mapping these cities fully? Why are key findings kept from view? What are we not meant to discover? What are we not meant to discover? That question lingers like an echo rippling beneath the surface of the sea. Because the more we look at these sunken cities, the more it seems that something, or someone, doesn't want us to know the full truth. Atlit Yam and Pavlopetri aren't just random settlements swallowed by rising tides. Their structures, their alignments, their very existence challenge the accepted timeline of human civilization. Both sites reveal an unexpected sophistication, advanced planning, engineering, even hints of astronomical knowledge. But if they truly date back as far as archaeologists estimate, how could people of that era possess such skills? And here's the unsettling part. Atlit Yam isn't the only underwater anomaly. Across the globe, similar sites have been found or hinted at beneath the waves. Off the coast of Japan, the Yonaguni Monument rises from the seafloor like a submerged temple, its massive terraces and geometric shapes sparking fierce debate. Is it a natural formation or evidence of an ancient civilization long forgotten? In India's Gulf of Combat, sonar scans in 2001 revealed a vast expanse of stone structures beneath 120 feet of water, including what appeared to be roads, walls, and foundations stretching for miles. Carbon dating from artifacts retrieved there suggested an age of nearly 9,500 years. Centuries before the rise of the earliest known cities in Mesopotamia. Yet soon after the discovery, official interest faded. Further investigations stalled. Skeptics dismissed the site as a geological oddity, and just like that, the mystery was shelved. Patterns emerge, discoveries made, excitement builds, then silence. Restrictions, denials, excavations halted. Why? Some researchers propose a radical theory that, at the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago, a cataclysmic event struck the Earth. Glaciers melted rapidly, sea levels surged by hundreds of feet. Coastal civilizations, if they existed, would have been wiped from the map, their cities swallowed by rising waters, their histories erased. But what if they weren't just simple coastal villages? What if these sunken sites were once part of a global network of advanced cultures, seafaring peoples with knowledge of astronomy, architecture, and navigation that rivals or even surpasses what we credit to later civilizations? And what if remnants of their knowledge survived, passed down through myths, encoded in megalithic monuments, whispered in the origin stories of disparate cultures across the world? Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu. Names dismissed as legend, yet strangely persistent in the mythologies of different continents. Could they be fragmented memories of a real civilization that vanished beneath the sea? And if so, why the silence? Why the restrictions? Consider this. If mainstream history must account for a global civilization lost to a flood around 12,000 years ago, it would rewrite everything. It would force us to question the linear progression of human development, to reconsider the origins of agriculture, language, religion, even technology. It would challenge the very foundation of academic disciplines that have built careers and institutions around the current timeline. But maybe it's not just academic pride at stake. Maybe the implications go deeper. Because if such a civilization existed, massive stones, aligning structures to the stars, and navigating vast oceans, what else did they know? What technologies, what knowledge, what warnings might they have left behind, now hidden beneath the waves? And what would it mean if that knowledge were recovered today? Some suggest this is precisely why access is restricted, that governments, academic bodies, and powerful organizations have a vested interest in controlling what is excavated and what is not, that certain discoveries are quietly classified, their implications deemed too disruptive, too destabilizing for public release. Is this paranoia, or is it prudence? Because the deeper you look, the more unsettling the pattern becomes. Around Atlit Yam, around Pavlopetri, around other submerged sites, there are whispers of sudden funding cuts, of promising young researchers reassigned, of discoveries left unpublished, even of recovered artifacts quietly disappearing into private collections or secure vaults. If there's nothing to hide, why such secrecy? And maybe the most chilling question of all, what if the reason we're not allowed to explore these ruins isn't just about protecting the past, but protecting us from what might still lie beneath? Could it be that these submerged cities are more than just remnants of stone and mortar? Could they harbor technologies, energies, or forces that still pulse beneath the sea? Forces misunderstood or deliberately sealed away? As more pieces of the puzzle surface, as more anomalies are discovered across the ocean floors, the picture grows stranger and more fragmented. Each discovery feels like a clue, but the connections remain elusive, as if the truth is just beyond reach, deliberately obscured by time, or by something else. Take the accounts of divers and researchers who ventured too close to these sites. Stories circulate of strange malfunctions, compasses spinning wildly, electronic equipment inexplicably failing the deeper they explore. Cameras die, communication devices cut out. Some describe a feeling, a palpable heaviness in the water, as if crossing an invisible threshold. A few even report hearing low-frequency hums, vibrations pulsing through the ocean floor, resonating in their bones. These claims are dismissed by skeptics as exaggerations, the byproducts of pressure, fear, or overactive imaginations. But they persist, and not just at one site. Similar reports emerge from Yonaguni, from the ruins off Cuba's western coast, from the submerged temple complexes near India. Different oceans, different continents, the same strange phenomena. Coincidence? Or something more? Then there are the myths. Nearly every ancient culture holds stories of a great flood, of a civilization wiped out, of knowledge lost beneath the sea. The Sumerians, the Greeks, the Hindus, the Maya. Across vast distances and disconnected timelines, the same motifs repeat. Why? How could such similar myths arise independently unless they were remembering fragments of a shared event? Could it be that the oceans are not just graveyards of lost cities, but vaults? Vaults containing technologies, artifacts, records, remnants of a world that existed before the flood. A world whose knowledge could challenge everything we think we know. And if that's true, who holds the keys? Some independent researchers believe the restrictions on underwater archaeology aren't just about preserving fragile sites. They argue that powerful nations, or even a coalition of secretive organizations, have been quietly mapping these anomalies for decades. That advanced scanning technologies have already uncovered massive structures hidden beneath silt and sand. But the findings remain classified. It's easy to dismiss as conspiracy theory until you notice the patterns. Certain regions suddenly declared off limits to civilian exploration. Sonar scans that vanish from public databases. Reports of military vessels patrolling areas with no known strategic value. And archaeologists who, after announcing groundbreaking discoveries, go silent or change their stories. What are they protecting? Or what are they keeping from us? Some speculate that beneath these ruins lie power sources, technologies capable of altering the balance of the modern world. Others whisper about ancient libraries, repositories of knowledge that, if revealed, could upend religion, science, and geopolitics in one stroke. And yet, what if it's not about suppressing power, but containing danger? Certain ancient texts hint at forces sealed beneath the deep, knowledge forbidden for a reason. Could it be that these submerged sites aren't merely abandoned cities, but prisons? That beneath the stones, beneath the mud and coral, something still stirs, something never meant to be unearthed? Consider Atlit Yam, the arrangement of its stones, the mysterious circle surrounding a freshwater spring. Was it a place of ritual, a site of healing, or something else? Some theorists suggest the spring was a portal, not metaphorically, but literally, that the ancients harnessed energies we've long forgotten, energies tied to the very lifeblood of the earth. And Pavlopetri, its streets, houses, tombs, laid out with a precision that seems advanced even by modern standards, buried under meters of sand for millennia, untouched, as if waiting. But waiting for what? Or for whom? Some researchers point to the geological anomalies around these sites. Magnetic irregularities, seismic patterns that defy explanation. Could it be that these locations were chosen or created atop energy points, nodes in a global network long lost to us? A network that once spanned continents, linking temples, pyramids, stone circles, and now lies dormant beneath the sea? The deeper the questions go, the darker the implications become. Every clue points not just to a lost civilization, but to a deliberate erasure, as if history wasn't simply forgotten, but buried, hidden, locked away. And the more we search, the clearer it becomes. We're not just uncovering ruins, we're trespassing. Perhaps that's why so many expeditions end prematurely. Why permits are denied. Why discoveries are quietly shelved. Perhaps it's not incompetence, or politics, or funding. Perhaps it's a warning. But even warnings can't silence curiosity forever. Every year, new scans probe the ocean floor. Every year, divers push boundaries. Every year, new fragments surface, stone blocks where no natural formation could explain them. As we reach the final chapter in this quest, we must confront a difficult truth. The ocean may be hiding something so monumental that the world isn't ready for it. The evidence is there, the clues scattered across the ocean floor like pieces of a broken puzzle. Yet, with every discovery, there seems to be more resistance, more walls, more barriers, and more silencing of those who dare to ask the forbidden questions. The sunken cities are not just remnants of age. They could be the last testament of a civilization whose knowledge was deemed too dangerous, too powerful to survive the test of time. If these sites are truly what some believe, the remnants of an ancient world with technology far beyond what we can comprehend, then it's not just the history of humanity that's at risk. It could be our very future. Because what happens when we unlock the knowledge of the past and discover that we may have lost the tools to control it? What happens when the mysteries of the ocean threaten to turn the tide of power, not only among nations, but within the very fabric of reality itself? Let's take a closer look at some of the most intriguing sites that have captured our attention for years. Consider the Yonaguni Monument, an underwater formation off the coast of Japan. The structure, carved into the shape of a stepped pyramid, has baffled experts for decades. Is it a natural formation, or the work of an ancient civilization that existed thousands of years before recorded history? Some theorists suggest that this monument is part of an entire submerged city, hidden beneath the waves. But access to the site is strictly controlled. The Japanese government has gone to great lengths to keep divers away from the area, citing preservation concerns. Yet, the question remains, what could they be protecting? If the Yonaguni Monument is truly man-made, it would rewrite everything we know about ancient human history and the capabilities of civilizations long before written records. Then there's Bimini Road, the submerged stone pathway off the coast of the Bahamas. Although the stones resemble a road or even an ancient pier, they're dismissed by mainstream scientists as a natural formation, a coincidence of geological forces. But the idea that nature could arrange stones in such a linear and intentional pattern seems too far-fetched to ignore. Some believe the site is connected to the fabled Atlantis, and that the Bimini Road is a remnant of this lost civilization's technology. Again, the authorities seem intent on downplaying the significance of the site. Why the hesitation to explore fully? Why the refusal to allow researchers unrestricted access? If this really is part of an ancient city, then the potential for understanding lost technologies is immeasurable. In the case of Pavlopetri, the sunken city off the coast of Greece, we have evidence of streets, homes, and even burial sites laid out with extraordinary precision. This is no accidental arrangement of stones. It's a city built with intent, purpose, and knowledge that defies the era in which it was supposedly built. Incredibly, it has been largely ignored by the academic world, with excavation permits slow to come by and research funding scarce. The deeper question is, what does Pavlopetri reveal about ancient civilization? Why has it remained so remarkably well preserved? And what's lurking in its depths, still hidden from view? Each of these sites has one thing in common. They are all far older than we are told civilizations should be. They force us to reconsider everything we know about the timeline of human development. Could it be that our ancestors possessed technologies and understandings of the world that we have forgotten or chosen to disregard? Technologies that, if rediscovered, could alter the course of humanity? Some researchers argue that this suppression is not just about hiding advanced knowledge, but preventing a resurgence of that knowledge. What if these ancient technologies held the potential to change the course of modern society? What if they could challenge not only our understanding of history, but also our current systems of power? Could the knowledge buried beneath the ocean threaten to undermine the very foundations of today's world, from the energy industry to global politics? Then, there's the question of who might want to keep this knowledge locked away. For years, rumors have swirled around secretive government agencies, military organizations, and global elites who may already know what lies beneath the waves. Some claim these groups have been actively hiding discoveries, controlling access to sites, and even manipulating public perception to ensure that the real truth remains concealed. Others suggest that these powers are not acting out of self-interest, but to prevent the release of information that could cause chaos or even danger to humanity itself.